Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose.
Dawson Duckworth. Big, strong, defender, you can rebound, you can handle, you can shoot the rock. With range, you had instant respect from your peers. You would have been a royal problem for everybody in the county this year. Duck, wish you all the best.
My advice for future SPHS basketball players is to set a accomplishable goal and to work hard and stay consistent towards that goal to make sure you accomplish it.
When comes, you'll say, I did it all.
Anders, you know, I'm going to use my baseball analogy here for a minute. If we were in baseball, you'd be that utility player. Because you can and would do whatever we asked you to do or what we needed you to do. You know, and that's from going from being a shadow, you know, to running the Sam, filling the wing, to guarding the big. Versatility. Love it.
My most embarrassing memory playing at Severna Park High School, it was probably sophomore year at a JV game, coming down on the fast break. I remember Declan Fox hit me with one of the best passes I've ever received on a behind the back against South River, and I had a wide open layup, just left it way short and rolled off the rim. And we went on to win the game, but I still wish I made that for Declan's assist.
I'll say,
Nick, or as you're more familiar, Nicholas. Nick, you are our cerebral guy. I wished I had $1 for every time you came into my office or even on the sideline at practice and said, can I ask you a question? You always put the team first. You were openly happy for others' success. You were a leader. And I can only imagine what havoc you would have created at both ends of the floor this year in the paint. We'll never know. Wish you good luck, my man. Make sure I get that Manhattan schedule.
I would say my dad definitely inspired me to play basketball. He played in college and was a four-year player at high school. And that and my grandfather too, who coached high school basketball and coached my dad as well. So it was kind of just a natural thing. And I've tried that and many other sports too, and that kind of just stuck with me. It's very unique because it's a continuous game and it's very fast-paced and it's fun as well. And that really just was just a no-brainer for me to play. And my dad being so competitive with it made me competitive. Sometimes a little too competitive, which can be sometimes annoying and tedious. But overall, I'd say my dad and my brother kind of pushes me to be better sometimes. So.
Andre Sawyer. Andre, you are the James Brown of basketball. You are the hardest working man in showbiz. And the reason I say that is a lot of people don't know it, but every day you came in at lunch last year and worked on your shot every day from September 8th to March 13th, the last day we were in the big building. You were hungry, you were driven, you were focused. You're gonna have a bright future, young man.
I learned to be competitive, to work hard. You know, it drove me to do better. Taught me to be a good teammate, how to be a leader, and yeah.
Good time, tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was.
Michael O'Callahan, the great orator. No, I'm kidding. Michael, you were always cool under pressure. You're unflappable. You are under control. You are deceptively quick. You are tough as nails, man. A point guard, great understanding of what we are in and what time, score, and situation and what we're trying to do. You believe it or not, you're a great communicator on and off the floor. Michael, I wish you all the best.
Playing basketball showed me a lot. While winning and losing is important, in the grand scheme of things, 10 years from now, I won't remember what teams we beat and what teams we lost to. For me, it's the friendships I made along the way. I like the teammates I have. I'd like to keep in touch with them even after high school, after college. They're just great friends, and like at the end of the day, it's the friendships that last. And I don't remember the score of the games. I don't remember if you won or lost, but it's the experience you have and like the people you meet, and that like really shapes you for your future.
Anders, one of the biggest regrets of the year for me, man, is not being able to find out how that jump shot of yours would have put us in the score column. But I tell you what, man, appreciate all the work that you've done over the years. You've been a solid member of the program. You've worked hard in practice every day. You're one of the most coachable kids we've ever had. You'll always be a Falcon. You'll always be part of the Falcon basketball family. Good luck to you and everything else you do, man. Nick, you are the definition of team leader. You have been the lead dog. You've been the guy that we can lean on and depend on since last year. Your work ethic in practice, the way that you played when you got in showed that you were coachable. It showed that you worked hard, and it also showed that you were willing to lead by example, not just voice. You'll be sorely missed. You always have a home at Severna Park, and you'll always be a Falcon. You'll be missed, Nick. Dre, this is Coach Young. Thanks for all the hard work, all the time you put in, all the countless hours, man, of working to become a better basketball player. Man, I hope you play as long as you possibly can. Continue to work on your game. And I tell you what, you're always going to be a Falcon, brother. You're always family. Mike, I know COVID has derailed our senior season, but man, all the work that you've put in, getting better, defensively pushing us in practice every single day, being coachable. Oh man, I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to have you as a Falcon and part of this basketball program. You're going to be sorely missed. Congratulations for everything you've achieved, and we're going to miss you. Duck, this is Coach Young. Just wanted to let you know, man, so unfortunate what has happened to us all this season. But I tell you what, the effort that you've put throughout the 4 years that you've been here in the program and having you come back, I'm sure going to miss the opportunity of being able to see what you'd have been able to bring to the table for us this year. But I know it would have been something truly special. Man, you're always a Falcon. You're always a member of the basketball family, and you'll truly be missed.
So one of the things we have always done, we've done for quite a long time, is principles my father taught me. And you all know about the coin. We haven't lost it in 9 years. By Major Doug Zembeck. He was a great Marine, lost his life on his 6th trip to Afghanistan. Principles my father taught me. Be a man of principle, fight for what you believe in, keep your word, live with integrity, be brave, believe in something bigger than yourself, serve your country. Teach, mentor, give something back to society, lead from the front, conquer your fears, be a good friend, be humble, and be self-confident. Appreciate your friends and family, be a leader and not a follower, be valorous in the field of battle, and take responsibility for your actions. That's a heck of a way to lead your life, and I'm proud of every one of you guys, and I know you'll continue this tradition.
Hold on to me as we go.
My question is, what is a life lesson that you learned from playing basketball that you would not have known otherwise? Second question would be, part of it would be, not just in basketball, but in life, how have you learned not to take things for granted, especially with the career you've had in sports and your achievements?
Well, thanks, Nick. Those are two really good questions. I think there are so many things that I've learned through playing, and not just the coaches I've had, but the teammates and friends I've gained through the game that have been lifelong. I think more than anything, the thing that basketball taught me was my attitude was going to determine everything for me. It was going to determine not only how good of a player that I was, but how good of a teammate and how I would, how good of a worker. And your coach brought up a theme that we have at our camp, which is be the teammate you want to play with. And without basketball and without understanding being a part of a greater whole and having a we first attitude will help me more than having a selfish me first attitude.
My question is, since you've played at such a very competitive and talented level, how would you recommend, we as a team or an individual, maintain a strong mental fortitude during a game when, a call doesn't go our way or we begin to start playing poorly?
When you step into a game, first of all, there has to be an acknowledgement that things are going to be difficult in this game. Because there are no games where things aren't difficult, and no worthwhile games anyway. So you're gonna get bad calls. That happens. It's not like the world being against you, or that happens. You're gonna have foul trouble. You're gonna be tired. So at the end of a game, players are tired. Players have foul trouble. There's never been a game where that's not been the case. Players get injured. You have scrapes and things that are going to bother you. But it doesn't say any of that stuff in the box score. Nobody cares. And so the issue is, what are we dealing with now? We have to adapt to it and overcome it.
In your years covering college games, you have seen smaller schools pull off upsets against the quote-unquote power programs. As a small school ourselves, how can we embody the same characteristics as these underdogs and collectively as a team and as individuals? Just
because the other player you're going across from is better doesn't mean you can't win. That's not what it means. And I think going into a game, understanding that collectively, individually and collectively, if you guys are concentrated, focused, tough, together, and prepared, you can and will win.
Throughout your career, you have played with different players and different teams and have watched a tremendous amount of basketball. From experience and what you have seen, what attributes separate great leaders from good leaders, and how does toughness play a role in great leaders?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say that the best leaders I've been around have been selfless servants to those in their charge. There's a difference between being in charge and being a leader. So leaders, to me, the best leaders are ones that have competence, character, and humility.
I would just love to say to Coach P that all of us seniors and every single player, we really appreciate him for the opportunity that he's given us to play at Severna Park, and the direction he's led us as basketball players, individuals, and young men into the next stage of our lives. And we really appreciate him and thank him for all he's done.
Thank you, Coach P, for giving us an opportunity to play basketball this year. You have taught us a lot about the sport and have always been there for us when we needed it.
Coach P, thank you for all these, 4 years and helping me grow as a basketball player and a person. Same thing with Coach Young, Coach Dillard, and Coach Cam. Thank you for just, helping me grow and helping me be a better basketball player, and letting me be a part of the SP basketball family.
I just wanted to thank Coach P for everything he's done for me. Even starting in JV, his mentorship up and through the program has really been important to me. Always believing in me to succeed, even though when I'm not playing well or I have poor decision making. On top of that, when it came to college, he wrote me a fantastic letter of recommendation, which I found very dear and warm to my heart. It meant a lot to me, and he's just been a real inspiration for me. And he's the type of person I want to be when I grow up. Always happy, seems like a great person, and it's just what I strive to be in life.
Really just thank you for really just being not just a mentor, but almost just being somebody I could look forward, just go to at any time. being a teacher in a school is really something I don't take for granted, as he's always a resource, but he always has our back, not just as basketball players, but as individuals. And he's always there. He's always, he always has a lot. He has the most energy in the room, and even though his repetitive jokes can get to you sometimes, they always bring a laugh out of you. And so I just want to say thank you to him for really just me bringing him under his wing and really forming me to be who I am.